So welcome back. Today we are going to discuss about data as evidence. So this is very simple. So data is information is not just information. Data is like proof. Okay. Anyone can give an opinion. For example, someone may say, "Oh, the student is not studying much," but it's my opinion. Okay, I can't say it is the proof that I can validate my sentence or validate my opinion. So what is required to validate my opinion? So I will collect the actual study hours and find out the average study that that student studies in the class. For example, he studies 2 hours, so it is not sufficient, right? So this two becomes evidence for me that I can decide that students don't study much. Okay, so opinions can be wrong, but data gives us facts, we can trust them. So now how data can be stored? So it can be stored in on paper and digital. On paper is nothing but notebooks, notebooks, registers, attendance sheets, let us say. So etc etc. So people used to write everything by hand. This is nothing but stored on paper. This is about the past. Now everything is storing in digitally. So today most of that are stored in on online or offline on computers, etc etc, right? So for example, excel files, we can say excel files, database, and even google drive that we use all comes under digitally storing. Okay, so google drive. So digital data is what computers and machines learning use, because computers can read and process digital information easily. That is why nowadays every software or everything will be using digital data. Okay, so how computers see data, this is the most important thing. So computers cannot understand words, pictures, sounds directly. They only understand numbers. So that are nothing but zeros and ones. Okay, so for example, if there is a text, for example there is a text, computer won't understand this is text, it will convert it into numbers, that is nothing but 0 and 1. If there is a picture, again it will convert into 0 and 1. If there is sound wave, again this will be converted into 0 and 1. So all this happens because computers work on in binary, which means zeros and ones. So remember, computers only understand numbers. Okay, whatever you give, whatever you if you give numbers, it will process directly. But except numbers, if you give text, pictures, sounds, everything, it will convert into numbers again. Okay, now raw data versus processed data. So let's look at two types of data, that is nothing, first one is raw data. So this data is nothing but what we collect first. For example, I can say, what's your roll number, you say something, right? That is the raw data, which is nothing but it is messy. I can ask someone randomly, what is your roll number, what is your roll number, it can be, it is not like organized, it can be messy. So it is not ready to use. For example, a list of temperature, for example temperature written in some random order, that comes under raw data. So now moving on to processed data. So this is clean and organized data. So we arrange raw data properly so it becomes useful. Okay, so for example, any table showing dates and their temperatures. For example, if you look here, image is not clearly visible, date and temperature, this is nothing but processed data. So raw data is like ingredients, but processed data is like cooked food or cooked food. That is what you need to remember. Now importance of data. So data is very important in our daily life. So companies and apps use to understand us better. For example, so netflix suggests movies based on what you watched before. Okay, I think you already experienced this type of things. Google Maps show traffic using GPS data from phones. Banks detect fraud by checking transaction data. So what does data help us? To make better decisions, to create smarter apps, and to solve real life problems. That is why data is very important. Now, I will be discussing two types again, qualitative and quantitative. So, name itself has qualitative, that is nothing but it describes the quality. Quantitative, that is nothing but it describes certain number. Okay, name itself has the definition. So, I am moving on to the qualitative. This data describes the qualities using words. For example, if you are going for a movie, you can say whether the movie is good or bad. That is nothing but quality. Okay, for example, I think for example, if I can validate a student whether he is studying good or bad, that is nothing but qualitative data. Now moving on to quantitative data, this data that uses numbers. Okay, for example, age is a number, height is a number. That is nothing but quantitative data which we are measuring by the quantity. Okay, now discrete and continuous data. So these uh, discrete is nothing but these are the numbers we can count. It is not like infinity. So for example, the whole numbers. Okay, the whole numbers we can count, right? So for example, number of students in the class, it can be some 1 to some certain point, 1 to some 60, but it won't go beyond 60, right? You can list the values one by one, right? That we call it as discrete data. Now moving on to the continuous data, these numbers are numbers we measure. Okay, so they can be in decimal forms. For example, if you have height, for example, let's say height, weight, or temperature. So these all are nothing but continuous data. For example, 5.1, 5.11, so on, it will go like that. This is nothing but about continuous data. I think this is clear, right? So if you are having any doubt, let me know in the comment section. Thank you guys.